Table set, the lights are burning low. Maps are worn and dice are warm, it's time to let it go. Heroes born for just one night, then lost to legend's flame. Every tale is different, but the risk is still the same. Like closing eyes, then fate rolls one last time.
Hey there, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. Welcome back to Deacon's Table. I am Deacon Blues, and this is actually a return of the mini-adventures. We've done a lot of different things. We've done the mini-series, and we do the one-shots, and of course we do our live stream on Thursdays and so on. Mini-adventures, though, got us started a long time ago. Believe it or not, this is episode number 37. Unbelievable we've done that many. So looking forward to tonight. It's when the Lantern dreams of drowning. We're going to meet our cast of characters. And hopefully as well, you guys all had a chance to enjoy the new intro song for Mini Adventures. That is One Night, One Roll. I've been kind of working on the lyrics for that. I think there's still a few spots in there I got to work on, but the lyrics are fine, and it's a very Indigenous inspired. I'm sure you may have noticed that as well. The one chanting in there is actually a guy that works at a local marijuana dispensary that is Indigenous and kind of was doing this humming of tunes, so recorded and did a sampling for that and expanded on it and so on. So Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So that's been great. So either way, let's meet our cast of characters and who's playing with us this evening. We're going to start off on the far right-hand side of my table, which is a Fade Zamora. Fade, who are you, and who are you playing this evening?
Hi there, I'm Jen, and I'm playing Fade Zamora. She is a draconic sorcerer and is of the species Umbraskyon of Celifern. Yeah.
Excellent. And then we have Del. Del, you are?
I'm Garrett. I'm going to be playing Del Ducal, who's a level 5 Gloomstalker Ranger. He's a dwarf. Short little guy with a big beard and a bow.
Excellent. And then, of course, last but not least, we have Cowrie. Cowrie Red, or Redtail. Who are you and who are you playing?
Hi, everybody. I'm Lindsay, and I'm going to be playing Cowrie, who also goes by Red, and she's a Foxfolk rogue swashbuckler. Resident bad girl.
So just to kind of set things up here for what this particular mini adventure is about, the Driftwood Lantern is what is known as, it's a colossal lighthouse that is grown from coral and whalebone, and it's off on the western coast, west of Kelpwood, going towards the lands of Alsafia, towards that little harbor area there. There are numerous lighthouses at various points along the coastline, and this is one of them in particular. Recently, reports have come in that it's failing. Its bioluminescent light once calmed storms and repelled undead from a region of water. But it is powered, they say, by bound spirits, former keepers perhaps, who never knew what the whole point of this post was. So as the light flickers, the undead are gathering in the region and offshore. Storms are rolling in, and you guys as the party, they get to go in and figure out what's going on and see what can be done about it. So with that in mind, we're going to kind of jump in to where we are now, again, and how you guys got here, or how your characters got involved in this particular task. That I will leave up to the characters to decide, because again, you were all residents of Kelpwood. This may have come in from one of the wardens. There may have been a job posting. There could be just constant reports from merchant vessels. Fade, you would have access to that through the Brine Court Bazaar. Through the merchants, you'd be getting a lot of feedback from that. Del, you've been making your rounds, kind of doing the whole, the whole thing of your own throughout the city, becoming accustomed to life in the swamp, a little bit different from what you're used to. And Cowrie, you've been kind of making yourself at home, and you travel from one end of Kelpwood to the other on a regular basis. You, out of all the players that are in the game, or all the characters in the game, you probably traveled the most from region to region within the town of Kelpwood because of your job. That and probably Calvo as well, because he's being a charioteer, so he gets around a lot as well. So you guys have got this mission to go and figure out what's going on with the Driftwood Lantern. There is rewards, again, always rewards promised. They never tell you exactly usually what they are, unless you really dig hard and inquire. But that will, again, we'll get to that. So let's start off with Del. How did you end up aboard this coastal barge? It's not a deep sea barge, so you're just going along the coastline to get a little closer to where the lighthouse is. How did you end up on this mission?
I think it was completely by accident. He was out by the docks fishing one day, and the wind kind of told him that he should go to this way, and he just started walking. And then he noticed a guy who looked kind of interesting, and he followed him. He walked onto the barge. He didn't even really realize where he was going. And then before he noticed, the barge had taken off, and he was like, "Well, I guess I'm on for the night."
That sounds just like Dell.
Mishap. Like it was just a complete mishap. It wasn't supposed to be here at all.
And that sounds very much like Dell. Like he'd heard something on the wind,
wonders,
and it took him along
does what
his
the wind
way.
tells him.
What about Fade? How did Fade end up here?
I imagine she would have been approached by somebody from the council or the wardens or whatever, saying, "Hey, listen, there's this problem, and you've helped before in several different things. Would you be able to help us out?" And so
that makes sense.
Agreed.
Fade, being who she is, would have been approached. Yeah, most likely by one of the lesser council, even someone maybe she's familiar with, like Hookscale himself may have come over and said something. And just because you have done jobs before for the council and other things, to recruit you again. What about Cowrie? Cowrie, you've been kind of getting around. You've had a recent run-in with an old friend, perhaps, and perhaps future boss, but who knows? But besides that, how did you end up where you are right now on the deck of this barge?
I think a combination of itching to get out of town for a minute and just need another job, probably just something else to keep her busy, keep her anxiety at bay with having to deal with whatever else
and
is
if
helping.
they'd ran into her when she was on her way there, she might have said, "Cowrie, you've worked with me before. Come along with this. Let's figure out what's going on."
Absolutely. And with recent happenings in town throughout, like Mud Hollow and such, she's gotten a little bit of favor with some of the local wardens and others, helping out some of the townsfolk. So I think maybe she would have gotten.
She would have been included in the invite, perhaps, and do this for sure. So you guys you get on this barge, and the barge has agreed to take you west along the coast, but only a certain distance away from the lighthouse vicinity. They will let you off close to shore. You'll be able to go ashore and then go on foot the rest of the way. And that's
what you been doing? Haven't seen you around much. You keeping busy?
I get here and I get there. Fishing. I like fishing. I've taken up fishing. I found a new rod. It's like a big, long bamboo one. It's very good.
Fishing.
Okay.
Aye. Well, nice to have you along.
Aye, thank you. It's nice to be here. Where exactly are we going?
Oh, well, we're heading to investigate the lighthouse at the Driftwood Lantern Lighthouse because there've been undead gathering around and the light's been flickering. We got to figure out what's going on.
Well, I don't like that.
Yeah, you guys are aware that Dell is an off-worlder. He's an off-world dwarf. He does have a slightly different look to him than the dwarves of Foreverland. So he's new to this area. He's not really a local. Fade, you've become more accustomed because, again, you've really blended in. Cowrie, you're not very familiar with, 100% with Kelpwood, but you're getting used to it. But the bay, the Gulf itself, the Thunder Gulf, because your original hometown is also a Gulf, but it's a Gulf city. It's a big city. It's at the opposite end. It's on the eastern side of Thunder Gulf, where this is kind of going towards the west, going towards, as I said, the lands of Alsafia, which, as we know, is generally a very hostile region for many, anyway. So you guys are on there, and you're heading along the coast. You get to a certain spot after, probably the first day. This is not a fast-moving vessel. He says it's probably going to be at least 2 full days for you guys to get to where he'll let you off, and then there'll be maybe about a day on foot from there. But that's where he takes you. So as you are maybe at the end of the first day, you notice storm clouds are really picking up in the direction you're heading in. And it just seems like the entire sky is a very tumultuous set of purples and blues and shades of gray and black mixed in. So, and you can see the cloud shapes mixing and kind of brewing in the sky. Little flickers of light now and again, which you assume would be lightning in the distance. So you're seeing that as you get to the end of your first night of travels. The next morning, you're being tossed and turned a little bit, kind of curl up in your corner wherever you've set up your sleeping thing on this barge. But you are awakened during a very heavy storm with a crack of thunder and lightning. I need everybody to make me a survival roll.
17 for Dale.
Okay.
I got a 6.
Okay.
I took my sheet down. That was a mistake. Back to this one. Survival. That's a 15.
Okay. That's 2 successes out of 3. We're good. You guys managed to stay aboard the barge. As the thing turns up almost like a 90-degree angle in the water. So it literally stands upright in the water, and you're hanging on for dear life. And you guys do manage to hold on. Most of the crew holds on. There's a few end up overboard. They manage to save everybody. You get everybody back going, and you travel, and again, through the rest of the stormy day. By about dinner time on the second day, he gets really, really close to a spot of the shore, and you see the tide going out. And he says, we'll wait here for about another hour, and then there'll be enough where you can walk ashore. And you see like a very rocky shoreline. Some of the players you won't know, Lindsay, but some of the other two you may recall, again, maybe not these characters themselves, but Garrett and Jenny, you might remember back in the Middlelands when you guys did that trip west towards the Scarlet Grove community. There was that area of trees where you kind of were ambushed, and there was also the underground something down in the caves and in the coastal waters down there at an old farm that you rescued. So some of you may remember that, you may not, but that's the kind of vicinity you're in now. It's a very rocky, jagged coastline area. It is definitely west of Kelpwood, but it's also touching and bordering on the lands of the Middlelands. That
Elevation? Like high above the sea, flat out estuary. What's our topographic?
You're pretty much on you're in the open Gulf, but you're right on the coastline.
Yeah.
On the northern coastline of Thunder
We don't have
Gulf.
to climb a cliff to get up to the land or nothing. Okay,
no, you can see where he's kind of holding the barge. And yeah, within about an hour, you guys can actually get off the barge onto soft, like sand, wet sand, but walk ashore from there because the tide is out, and they just have to wait now for the evening anyway, for their tide to come in, and then they'll go back out to sea and head back the way they came. So, they leave you at this point, and you go ashore. You do set up camp for that particular.
We got to walk all the way back.
Hang around so we can get back, or
so as you're getting off, you turn to the guy and you say that, and he says, "Well, I'll be back here in 3 days' time, in this vicinity. So if you're here on the shoreline, just flag me down, and I'll pick you up."
What if we're not here on the third day?
How's your boots? That's what he says. He says, "How's your boots?"
We want to build a raft, right?
Yeah. He says it with a smile, like he's not meaning any harm by it, but he's just kind of like, "Well, I'm here, but if you're not, we're not, sorry." You're in well.
We got 3 days. All right, good.
So you said you get ashore, and by the time you're far enough ashore above where the water line would come in, and you set up your camp for the evening, and you managed to do that. You set up, staying out of the rain, and again, it's just miserable. Yes, it is. It's kind of weird. You're in a subtropical-ish region, even though you're a little bit higher north now than what the town of Kelpwood is, but not by that much. but you can feel the warm temperatures of the air, and there's a heavy fog in the air because the rain that's coming down is cold. So the next morning when you get up, it's like there's a chill in the air, even though that you can feel the humidity, and this cold water hitting your skin just makes it worse. And as you guys travel out for the going towards where the lighthouse is towards the west, cold rain lashes the jagged shoreline as the sea churns the coastal line region in its unnatural patterns offshore. This storm, these clouds that you noticed before, they are definitely not normal. There seems to be like a really heavy intenseness to them, almost like there's multiple storm fronts converging at the same spot. The lantern, and you finally see it, and I'm going to pull it up here at the distance. You do see the lantern off to the distance as you're walking the path line, and the glow. It's not an actual lantern at the top; it's a bioluminescent glow that comes out the top of that lantern space. So what you do notice that as you're looking at it, you finally around this one spot of the rocky shoreline. The driftwood lantern is flickering. The blue light is dimming. It flares, and then almost like a drowning breath, and slowly fades away, quieter and softer again, and then it will flicker and then flare again at random times. So between you and the lantern, which is what they call it the driftwood lantern. It's just the name of the lighthouse. There is a stretch of black rock and tide pools, half submerged and slick with algae. Each time the light falters, you see shapes stirring in the shallows, dragging themselves closer before sinking again, and then the glow steadies. The tide is rising. The path will not remain safe for long. What do you do?
Let us make haste and get up there before the tide closes in.
Absolutely. Yeah, we need to either find a new path up this rocky cliffside here, or get really good at swimming really fast.
Okay. So you're going to try and push forward faster?
Yes.
Yeah.
Carefully, faster.
I've got short little legs, but I'll go.
Okay. The storm and the rocks and everything else make this far riskier of a crossing on foot than you ever thought that it was as you go. I need, after the first about 30 minutes, I need you guys to make me an athletics check, please.
That should be fun. Well, that's not bad, actually.
Athletics.
17.
19.
Oops. That is 14.
Sorry, 14?
14.
Okay. So you guys get to a spot. You're about a third of the way there. And you got to a spot. The water's up. You're making okay time right now. Everything's good. Are you doing anything else other than pushing forward? Like you're just moving ahead through the rock?
Do we want to tie a rope to each other in case one of us gets washed out?
I was gonna say
you're thinking of assisting the others with a rope.
Yeah,
Done that before. Probably a good idea. It's helped.
Yeah, get one piece of rope and then tie it around all of our waists like a chain almost,
Mm-hmm.
Just in case.
So does everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Del, can you roll me either an athletics or an acrobatics check as the rope should be?
Acrobatics is better.
Okay. Whatever's good for you.
Not by much. 11.
Okay, that's exactly what you needed.
Oh, thank God.
So both now, Cowrie and Fade, you guys will both get advantage on your next roll going forward as you're doing this. So as you're crossing the rocks.
On our next save, you mean?
Or just any next
What's
roll?
that?
On our next save?
No, on your next roll. So you guys plug ahead for the next third of the journey, with the assistance now being offered. So you guys can all make me, at this point, a athletics or survival Cowrie and Fade at advantage. Del, you're just a straight roll.
Natural 20.
Nice.
26.
Nice. Because you were
Athletic-
assisting them. So
Athletics or what?
athletics or survival. And you get to roll with advantage.
I didn't need it because I got a 19
Nice.
on the first time.
I got a 10.
Okay. Well, at least it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's average. It's not particularly great.
Right down the middle.
You are kind of swept off your feet. You swept off your feet for 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh dear.
Oof.
You are knocked prone, and you can make me a strength saving throw, please.
Okay. Strength's not my strong point. I can feather fall for going any distance, but I don't think that's gonna help me with this. Strength saving throw. Okay. 2.
Okay, you are swept closer to the water line, away from the your two companions.
That's not even good.
Tied together. That's why I tied us together.
Sorry, not
Yeah.
the greatest
So you're not too far off.
Okay.
You didn't get swept away.
Yeah.
You're just away. So at this point, what are you doing, Fade? That you're kind of you're on your back. You're kind of been swept away a little bit. You're not too far away. You can still see the rope, maybe 10 feet away, 15 feet away, but you're still gonna have to get up and get back to.
Trying to side paddle, trying to get the rope, move myself along it.
Okay.
How do I always get wet with these darn missions?
So while you're getting up and moving back, Del and Cowrie, what are you two doing? And she's kind of getting up, coming back to you.
I'm going to try pulling on the rope to get her a little bit closer.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, that's gonna
Okay.
offer them something. Or try to brace on
If
something.
you guys all get back
Yeah,
you guys all get back together. Do you just plug
Thank
along?
you. Oh, God.
Oh, don't worry, we're not going to lose you.
So you guys just plugging forward?
I think so.
For the
Yeah.
last
Keep going. It's gonna
last
just
third
get
of the
worse.
journey? Okay.
Is there any other shapes that are around us?
Oh, make me a perception check.
Boy.
I mentioned something in the very first description. I was waiting for it.
Gotta forgot about that. Oh, shoot, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I was in the water
24.
with them. Ew.
What did you roll?
24.
24. Nice. Yeah,
What'd you
sure
do?
enough. You're now looking ahead along this rocky shoreline that you're heading towards. Those shapes that you've seen moving and animating, you're also noting the lantern flickering again. And it's doing this periodically as the whole time you've been doing this, but you guys have been kind of focused on your footing as you're going forward. But now that you're taking the time to look ahead, when it flickers, they animate and they move. They are something. They've got arms and legs, and they're crawling and pulling themselves along, but only when the lantern or the lighthouse is flickering itself. When the light flickers, when it stabilizes, they kind of sink back beneath the sands and the waves.
So they need dark. So the light makes them move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's it's randomly going off. You see them.
Out,
All of a sudden, you'll see a flicker, and you'll see some come out of the ground, and they're almost like these sand crabs.
So
they're-
is it, I'm confused. Is it that they're moving when the light goes out? They're able to move?
No. When the lantern is shining, like it stabilizes steady, they're nowhere to be seen. Like you see the ocean waves and the sands and everything else, right? So when the lighthouse is pure shining, you don't see anything. But the minute it starts to waver and flicker and go faint, you see these things coming out of the waters and the sand, like as I said, they very much look like a sand crab crawling along.
Yeah.
But they're clearly humanoid in
not a crab
in nature.
Creepy.
Okay.
Do we see any way to avoid them?
Yeah, are they in the water or are they coming out of the water?
They're well, when you don't see them, you don't see them, but when they flicker, they're coming out of the water and the sands.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's more of my concern.
Near us or off to the side? Within our path that we're taking? Or?
You're going to be walking right through their field of their playground.
Oh, boy. Okay.
You're kind of looking ahead. You think there might be a path past them using more of the rocks to your advantage to avoid that particular area. But at one point it's much more dangerous. And there's an area that's pretty exposed to the waves that are coming in, so you could be subject to a wave surge of some kind, or the rising tide. Is it still getting it's still rising as you guys are moving forward. So if you wait too much longer, it will be up to the point where you won't be able to see the ground where those things are coming out of.
Are they big? Are they like our size?
They're your size, yeah. They're human size.
Can we tell how many are coming out? Like, is it like 20 or is it like 6?
You like during the flickering.
Yeah.
There's moments when you think you only see 1 or 2. But then there's other moments when you're kind of looking out of the corner of your eye, and the one section of the blackened sands between the rocks looks like the entire thing is crawling. Okay. Yeah, it's very deceiving in the dark with the waves and the wind and the storm, the way it's hitting.
Yeah. I have an idea. Give me 1 second here. What if I was to cast Pass Without Trace on us, and we attempted to kind of sneak through?
Yeah,
because it does say it's silent, and so like it leaves no trace of tracks, obviously, but it also specifically says silent, and so I'm wondering if it can maybe like tiptoe through the sand without disturbing their places whenever they are not seen. Of course, I mean, we have to do it in the dark. But...
Okay. Yeah, you can attempt that. I don't see why not.
I mean, it's up to you guys. It's if you want to try to avoid combat.
Here, I was going to suggest I put the lantern that I have to use. So I have a lantern of guiding shadow. But that would not be good for being stealthy.
Yeah, I was thinking like if we don't know if they respond. Are they only responding to the lantern's light flickering or any light flickering? So like if we were to light a torch or something like that, would that keep them at bay?
Wait a little longer and watch. Because as I said, the lighthouse is going from different stages. Like it's steady for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and then it flickers and if you sit here and you pay attention a little bit longer.
It has more to do with this lighthouse particularly than anything.
Yeah.
When you pay a little closer attention, it's when the lighthouse light itself flickers or gets weaker, you see them crawling up and out, and they are coming out of the water and the sand.
How often, like how quickly is the light like shining on them? Is it like every 30 seconds or is it every 5 minutes?
Well, just for example, the last time the light went completely solid and there was no sign of these things for like 3-4 minutes.
Okay.
But then it started to flicker, and now it's flickering for a minute and a half, and then it goes solid again. There's been a few points where it's almost gone black for like an instant, and you can't see you can't see anything what's going on. But you do know that when it starts to flicker again, that those things are not where you last saw them.
So they're moving.
Like it seems to be like
In
jumps. Yeah. So just think the angels from Doctor Who.
I was just thinking that.
I don't like that at all.
I think you're not going to have the effect on the that I wanted.
Oh no!
Yep.
Oh damn!
They are kind of creepy.
Yeah.
That's the most horrifying thing on the face of the earth.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
except these things have like actual like flesh dripping off of them and skeletal faces and yeah.
Meg is clenching her storm staff tightly and holding up a lantern of guiding shadows in the other hand.
I think maybe we just like say this lighthouse fell over or something like that, and we just couldn't fix it.
Yes,
We
correct.
tried.
There was nothing we could do.
I don't think something is going to help us with these things since they're moving in the dark anyway. I think it's better to have the light.
You can pretty well tell from what you see the condition of this particular part of the shoreline. These things would pose a problem regardless.
Yeah.
And if there's coastal ships near the edge of the water, these things could probably get out and attack them. But at the same time, you're looking out at the Gulf. There is no way with the storm behaving like this, if that lighthouse has any way of controlling it, there's no way that a ship could safely pass through these waters. It's pretty bad out that direction. So, I mean, you guys noted. I mean, that's just an observation.
Yeah, sure. We just hope for the best and go.
Yes, lantern, staff.
Were you going to cast that spell? Were you going to do pass without trace?
Yeah, might as well.
Give it a whirl.
Give us whatever chance we can.
Shutter the lantern for the time being, but I still have it out.
So we all get
fire.
So we'll all get +10 to our stealth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay. So as you guys push forward, please roll me stealth checks.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh God.
Don't
Thank Christ for pass without trace.
I rolled a 19, so I did pretty good.
I rolled a dirty
Okay,
20,
that's fine.
but it should have been a lot higher.
I got 32 because that's one of my expertise levels.
Okay. Well, just so you know, the DC was 20. So,
35 pass without trace.
so you go through the area without leaving any marks. You, as far as you can tell, you're quiet. You're going through, and you get to a spot where there is the lantern dims suddenly from being steady bright, dimming. You see these things coming out of the ground almost like around you. There's probably about 6 of them in total that you see that are right close to you. And as they're coming up, they stop for a moment, and then they kind of look around, and then they just start scurrying like spiders. They're moving, they're crawling, they're creeping, and it's not like they've sensed you. They haven't given sign that they've seen you or smelled you or heard you, but there's a good chance that they could bump into you.
Yeah.
And as you begin to, I'm assuming you're continuing to move because it's starting to get, and then all of a sudden the light starts to flicker, and it's like a strobe light effect as these things are moving about. It's really disorientating as you're moving. You get to a spot where you've passed by them, but you jump over one set of rocks onto some soft sand, and you start to run. And as you're running and you're going forward, I need everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw as a large wave crashes against that section of the rocks. And as it's doing that, the lighthouse light goes out. So that's what's happening. It's dark. You just got slammed with a wave. How'd everybody do?
Good.
21.
11.
Oh, dear. So the 11. What did you roll, Carrie?
21.
21. Okay, so I know Fade was
30,
so
20.
Cowrie and Fade, you guys are fine. You're not fine. You're like floundering. Like you just get hit by the huge wave coming in, but you don't get thrown any far. But Del, unfortunately, the wave catches you at your lower center of gravity and lifts you up onto the top of the water, and you're almost like your water skiing going across the top as it's carrying you, and you're thinking at first your mind is thinking, oh, this isn't bad, but then as you kind of look forward to where the direction is you're moving, and there's a bunch of jagged rocks in that direction.
No, that way.
Where are those rocks go?
The wave gives out just shy of the rocks. You are knocked prone at this point. And the water is there. You need to make a DC 10 straight saving throw right now.
Because we could have anchored in the bed if we're still roped together.
Yeah, you are anchored, but we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
6.
Okay, you literally at first you're bracing for an impact. You think you're gonna hit that jagged rocks and it's gonna hurt. All of a sudden the wave just kind of gives out and you thud into like soft mucky sand. Then the waves catch you from underneath, like they're cradling you and they're pulling you back under the water. At this point, Fade and Cowrie, make me dexterity saving throws, please.
Jeez Louise.
Because this is all happening within seconds.
15.
Okay.
16.
All right. You both rolled over 15 was what you needed. They managed to stop you, Del, from being dragged into the undertow of these tumultuous seas. And you are, again, you're pulled from the water this time and brought towards the group and salvaged as you get there. Looking behind you, the lantern, again, it's dark. You can't see anything other than even the moonlight is darkened out most of the time. You do see the occasional flicker of lightning, and you spot your friends standing there, but you also see other silhouettes behind them. And there's probably closer to 18 now.
Oh, no.
There's more than a dozen of them moving, but they're behind you. So you've made it this far. You've passed the area where they seem to be infesting, perhaps is a good way of putting it. But you are right at the point where the tide is coming in. So you do need one more survival roll, please.
Oh, baby. That's better.
Let's see. 14.
Sorry.
14.
24.
11.
Okay.
It's always one of us.
Okay. It's not too bad, I promise. It is yeah, you will have
I didn't take any damage from
your next athletics. Your next so Fade, your next athletics or survival check will be made with disadvantage.
I did not take any damage from the
nope.
Okay.
No, I rolled and it actually dropped you short of the jagged rocks.
Hey, I'll take it.
So you do manage to get through. You reach the base of the lighthouse, the lantern itself, and you realize that. Well, you obviously realized after a while that the undead was directly linked to the light of the lighthouse.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So you've managed to figure that out. You're at the base of the lighthouse, and at last the rocks have given way to stone worn smooth by centuries of wind and salt. The lantern towers above you, its coral-veined walls glowing faintly through the storm. Behind you, the sea is surging higher. swallowing the path that you just crossed, swallowing the undead that you know was crawling along the mucky surface beneath. There will be no easy retreat. That is for certain as you go forward. With that...
Well, now we're going to have to fix the light or we won't get back.
Yeah, I wonder if there's...
We're committed at this point.
Yeah, so do you remain on the outside? Is there anything you're doing outside the lantern, or are you entering inside?
Heck no, I'm trying to get in there as quick as we can.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Put as
It
much
looks
as-
like the water is bad. Like it's going to definitely flood the lower part of the lighthouse for sure.
Is there any signs on the outside of any of anything? Like, is there any burst scorch marks or like fight marks or anything?
Well, roll me a investigation check.
I'd like to just to get a quick look at it.
They need to be looking for entry points.
Yeah, like 5.
How do we get in?
Yeah, I got nothing.
So you rolled a 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, you really. I mean, it's old. It's covered with moss and algae, and it's overgrown at different spots. And the rock, like part of the rock, is fallen away. But yeah, you really don't notice anything.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll follow the rest of them inside then.
So, Fade, you do find a door that enters inside. It's not locked. It looks like at one time it did have kind of like a padlock situation on it, but it's long since been rusted away. But it is closed. It's latched, but there's no noticeable lock on the actual door going in.
Do I feel any arcane energy coming from it? Do I feel like it's
There you go.
safe enough to open? Should I have Cowrie check for traps?
Is it trapped? Yeah.
Are you using Arcana to kind of get a vibe if there's any arcane energies? Okay, roll me an Arcana check.
That's a sussy thing to say.
That is 17.
17. There is arcane energy here, and there's other energy here as well. But there is arcane energy at play. You're not sure to what extent it's here, but you do kind of get that tingling sensation. Something's going on here.
Cowrie, do you have good investigation skills? Deactivating traps?
Not as
Too
good as
great at
my
that.
stealth.
Yes, same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a stealthy one. She's not very good at opening shit.
Nope.
Oh, heck with it. I'm just going to turn the knob and open the door.
Okay. Turn the knob, open the door. The door is open. What do?
Go in.
You run in the door. Okay. Del.
Walk in the door.
Does anything happen to her as she runs in the door?
No, you see her walk into the room. Into the darkness.
I'll follow.
Scan around
Follow.
and tell them if I see anything.
Ari?
I'll probably just pull out a dagger just real quick just to have it ready.
You pull out a dagger. Do you follow them in?
Yes.
What about the door?
Close it behind me because I don't want the creepers to come in.
You close it behind you. You hear a smash outside the door, like a really loud, like waves crashing against the side. You were seconds away from being slammed into the base of this lighthouse as you've entered inside. You see as that moment, and you're closing the door, and you look around. All of a sudden, lightning flashes across the sky. You see the lantern, the glow from above. Like you've got the door open as you're in a dark room right now, and you're kind of looking out. The door's being closed. You see this flash of lightning, and you see the glow of the lantern above, and it dims as the lightning flickers, and the door then closes into the dark. But all of a sudden, as you turn around, there are lanterns that light around this circular particular chamber. Bioluminescent veins pulse through the stone walls like slow labored heartbeats, names carved into every surface, and you see them, all different languages, all different names carved into every surface you see. Perhaps these are past keepers, you're not sure. There are dates, there are fragments of prayers, each inscription ending the exact same way. The air smells of salt, rust, and old incense. Somewhere within this chamber, the lower chamber of this lighthouse, you hear a distant bell ringing. It rings once and then stops. You see above, there is a glow in the ceiling, in the center of the ceiling, probably the lantern light above, and it's awake and sensing you, and you see it steady. It's there. You can feel like someone's watching you, like there's eyes looking at you as you're standing here and you're doing this. What do you do?
What happened to this place? It doesn't look like it's had a keeper in years.
It's pretty run down.
Don't you think if it had all this magical stuff and veins and names carved into it, they'd have somebody to be the lighthouse keeper?
Maybe they're like on a lunch break or
It's
something.
pretty important to me to keep this lighthouse active.
I think something is keeping it active. I don't know if there's a keeper necessarily, but by the looks of it,
What if
something is powering it.
What if the keeper is one of those dead things in the water?
Or something.
What if they're all keepers? Like it's like a series of keepers that have died, and that's where they put them in the ocean, and then they become undead. I don't know what I'm saying. Just ignore me.
I'm looking around for a stairwell that goes up to the light.
So you start to look around and explore the space a little bit more. And that's fine. It is like a spiraling interior that wraps around and upwards, and yet you do see there's a walkway. But as you're moving around, you know, every now and again, splash, your water goes in, your feet go into water, ankle deep at different spots, seeping into the bottom of the stone walls and the edges. This place could very easily, and you see spots on the wall where clearly water has gotten up 3, 4, 5 feet at times. Some of the names are a little bit more faded and worn below that level. But there again, every surface has like names etched all over the stonework. And you're moving forward. And sure enough, as I said, the pathway does continue to go up. And you start as you're doing this. You guys all start to hear, along with that, like you heard that bell. And it's like the absence of that ringing sound, like when it rang and then it stopped. You know that silence that trails after something like that when you're listening.
Yeah. Echo of the vibration.
Yeah.
I set off my electronic device.
That's what you're hearing. You hear that in the background. All of you.
Do we recognize any of the names on the walls?
Make me, anybody who's actually examining the walls. Roll me an investigation check first.
Natural one.
Okay, you're clueless.
Hey, be nice.
I think
No,
he's
no.
concentrating on getting up high enough that they're above that watermark line.
Yeah, it's not going to be hard to get up there. Like you can see the walkway going up and around. It's just making your way up and around that does it.
Okay.
Chad.
So anybody else looking at the names, or was it just Dell checking the names out?
Steve was here.
And there, as I said, and there is these bioluminescent veins, like markings, almost like there's something arcane going on here. Like this as well. Like you sense it, Fade. You got that prickly sensation here. That could just be that whatever that light is, or you see this bioluminescent blue light. But is that arcane or is it actual bioluminescence? It's hard to tell with what you're doing. So you can look into that a little bit more. You can just continue your way upwards. You can again check out more of the names and see if you can make any sense of what they are. It's up to you guys. Or
I
there's
don't
no
recognize
whispers.
any of these names. But
I'm
you
gonna
haven't any
continue
luck,
up.
Fade?
Are we
What's that?
familiar with like the bioluminescent element of what is giving light? Like, is that
Well, you can
natural?
roll me, and now you're looking into the veining and the lighting, and whatever magical stuff is going on here, or what if it is magical, you're not sure. Roll me a religion or an arcana check.
Religion or-
the same. That is a dirty 20.
There is fragments
Rolls.
of an ancient magical rite, or religious and magical rite that's been placed here. There are fragments of it. It is obviously it's either been damaged or faded. It's called a binding rite, and it's designed to stabilize dangerous coastal magic for a limited time. It's just, as I said, there's it's just really odd the feeling you're getting in this place. There's almost like the words that are written, the inscriptions, along with the names and the dates, and ending the same way. The words are not promises of like an eternity or anything like that you're expecting that you would see of something like this. It's almost like a shrine. They're more of instructions with an ending that just was never honored. That if they did something and they did it well, they would be rewarded with something, and that was never the case. So you're not, again, you're kind of picking this, whatever this ritual is, it kind of bound whatever was here or is binding whatever's here, and it's a promise that's not kept.
And then can I share that with everybody so that we all get that same information?
Okay, so you share it with your colleagues.
Yep.
That there is some kind of a binding rite that was used here, that is fading, that was designed to stabilize a region.
Well,
Are you guys
maybe
again?
why we don't have a keeper, and since whatever was never honored, why the place is fallen into disrepair? I think.
Yeah, so something.
So maybe
the binding rite.
if we can complete what was not completed, maybe we can finish the binding, or like replenish the binding, or whatever.
Yeah, restore it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
go
what I
see.
did. Something crazy was happening.
I feel like you'll have to talk a bit louder if you want us to hear you. I'm old and I kind of
Are you
hear so
talking
well.
Are you hearing those whispers? Is that who you're talking to, Del?
Wisdom's actually roll me perception or insight.
All of
Whoever's
us?
listening to the whispers. Whoever's intently listening to the whispers.
I
I
would.
think that was
18.
well. I wasn't until Del said something, but now Fade would be.
Okay, so what did you roll?
18 for me.
Oh God!
An 18?
Fire!
I got 12.
23.
12
Yes.
and a 23. Okay, someone got over 20.
Oh God. Okay.
Del, you pick up a fragmented phrase.
Okay.
The bell never stopped.
Okay.
Fade, you pick up a phrase actually said by two different voices. The first voice, we agreed to serve. The other voice is, not to drown.
Okay. I heard out of all that weird whispering, I heard a couple things. I heard one say, "We agreed to serve." I heard one say, "Not to drown."
Oh, I heard one say the bell never stopped. I don't know.
You guys know when you came in, you heard that bell.
Yeah, I heard a bell when we came in. Remember?
Just once.
Aye.
But what's ringing? Where is there a bell?
And was it supposed to stop? Is it not supposed to ring? Is that what the voices are saying? What the heck? Let's go find out. Let's go up to the light.
Can we still hear a bell?
Or was it just the one and done?
You just heard the one and done at the beginning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Did it sound like? No, it's probably not going to
make any sense. But does it sound like it was coming from higher up, or was it like ahead of us?
Yeah. Well, because you're in a circular domed hall.
Yeah.
It sounded like it's further, obviously, because this is a like the lighthouse is above you.
Yeah.
But this is a complex. Like this is the lower level of. There is more to this building, this structure, down these open archways and hallways, and it's further into the complex. It wasn't up, but it is further into the complex.
Okay, good. Good to know. So
and all these veins are coming out from those openings, from the archways, and they're going up the walls and up into the tower. Those bioluminescent blue veining that you see, but they're coming out of these hallways.
Maybe we should start looking in the hallways first.
Yep. I was going to say pick.
I guess we better.
And start going up.
Okay. Roll me. Actually, Cowrie, roll me a 6-sided dice.
Oh dear. That could be good.
I don't like that. 4.
Picking a direction, I guess.
4.
I'm thinking now, which door?
4.
With the 4, you guys notice that the light above in the opening, the bright light dims, but all of a sudden you see the flickering of the veins, the blue light flicker in the veins, and all across the wall shadows moving that are the same size and shape that you guys are. And they're mimicking your movements and your walks. But you know it's not. It could be your shadow if you were actually close enough to the wall to cast it.
I'm going to try to make a dog.
It's not doing it. Like you see its arms moving, but it's not, again, not close enough to be your actual shadow. But it's definitely mimicking you as you guys are moving forward. So you guys continue in, and you're a little bit thrown off by this. Like, again, these shadows seem to be following you as you go forward. The spiral corridor ahead tightens as you kind of descend into the hallways. You all of a sudden hear that bell again, but louder, no longer distant, and it's very deliberate. Ahead of you, you hear chains scraping softly against stone, and a blue glow begins to brighten steadily and watchful as you move forward.
Fade says, "Hello? Hello there. Hey, it seems that whoever set this place up for you all has forgotten about you. We're here to see if we can help."
You guys, well, you are, you're moving forward, and as you're going down the hall, you see it like a silhouette, not realizing how big the silhouette is until you guys enter into the chamber. And as you do enter into this deeper portion of the lighthouse ruins or complex that's here, a towering figure steps from the glow, chains dragging across the stone with a sound like a distant surf. A lantern burns within its chest, dim, strained, flickering in time with the heartbeat of the tower. You can see it kind of moving and flickering and faint and strong. Its hollow gaze fixes on you, and it intones, "The light must not fail. Duty endures." What do you do?
Oh,
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. It seems like we don't want the light to go out.
Hey, how's it going?
So what can we do to help make sure it doesn't?
Okay. So you are you're trying to communicate, parlay with this creature. What about you, Del? What are you doing? Same thing?
I am cautious for now. I'm not going to say anything yet. I'm just going to wait because I'm not very good at talking. But in case anything happens, I'm it's like I'm itching my neck, but I've got my hand on my bow.
Okay.
Is it giant size like
Allie,
that?
what are you doing?
It certainly looks.
Are you helping?
I think I would do the same as Fade. Try to just let it know that we're here to help.
Okay, so as you Fade and Cowrie, you guys are you kind of approach this thing, and you attempt to reason with it. Roll me a persuasion or a religion check.
Definitely persuasion.
Can it understand the language that you're speaking?
I was going to say, is this
speaking common?
Well, that's true. Yeah.
I got
That's a
9.
dirty 20.
Yeah.
Okay,
And Kyra
How
got
about
a
you?
9.
9. Okay. He kind of ignores Cowrie and looks at Fade, and just kind of it looks at you, this big hulking thing. They still dream. They still remember the sea, but the light holds them. That is enough. Roll me initiatives.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
What? I was trying to be nice.
He's a big dude. Oh.
Oops. Sorry. Oh my gosh, sorry.
Go the nice route.
They still dream. That's what he said.
So he said they still dream.
And then what did he say?
The light holds them.
Yep.
Creepy.
Right.
But the light holds them.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Okay, so
Is a 12
Cowrie, what
for me.
did you roll?
12.
12?
Mhm.
Del,
14.
14? Fade.
17.
15. Very nice. Okay. Top of the round, actually. Fade.
With the
You're up.
lantern that I had out, I'm going to use it to cast fairy fire on that big dude.
Okay. So now he's aglow. So everybody will
Fire.
get their. It gets what advantage? Is that what it is? Or, I think it's advantage
Look it
on
up.
there.
Yeah, just gives you advantage on the attack, I believe.
FA
Okay,
fairy fire.
It's
Very
fine.
fit. Very fit. Well, that ain't gonna do it.
And they don't get
Cannot
you
take-
casting it directly on him, or is that an area of effect? How does it work? Is it a saving throw?
It's a 20-foot cube, so yeah, I would cast it in the 20-foot cube around him. And each object in the 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light. So this is kind of bluish in there. I'll choose blue. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined if they fail a dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw?
Yeah.
And objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius for the duration of 1 minute. Any attack roll against them has advantage if they can see it. If the attacker can see
14?
it.
14 make it?
You know what? Hold on. I have to see. It didn't give me the DC for that. Wait a
What's your
minute.
spell save DC?
That's your spell
Is it
save.
my spell save?
Yeah, it would be
My-
your spell save DC.
Because it's an item, so I didn't know if it had one. I didn't see one.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it goes by yours, the wielder.
My spell save DC. Fade some more. Spell save DC is where is my spell save DC? I'm looking. Sorry guys.
Should be on your spell list, like above your spell.
Yeah,
Using
looking
God,
in
though,
the-
are you?
I'm looking in the wrong spot. Spell save. Aha! It is 15. What do you say he rolled? 14? So he failed.
He failed.
Okay. So
So you
we have
guys get
advantage
advantage.
if we can see him, which we do because it's outlined in blue light.
Yep, he's outlined. He's there.
Okay,
And now
so-
it is his turn.
Is that a
Um,
bonus action to use that lantern like that?
Oh, yeah, you're using a lantern. Yeah, it would be a bonus action.
Okay, Should have
So
said.
you can now attack.
Actually say. So yeah, so I can attack too. So I mean, it's obvious he's being what's the word? Hostile towards us
Aggressive.
and is going to attack us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I would just I'm going to try a chromatic orb with the lightning and see what that does to it.
Yep. Alrighty. Go ahead.
And that's a level 1 spell. It's 90 feet. So he's within 90 feet.
Oh, yeah.
And that is a that is a 17 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Six, 11, 12 points of lightning. Lightning damage.
Ready? He gets hit with 12 points of lightning damage.
Does he seem to have any resistance to the lightning damage?
Nope. Doesn't look like it. He took damage.
Okay.
There's a big
Excellent.
scorch mark on him.
Okay. Then that's my turn.
Okay, so that's your turn. So he will then go, and because you did attack him, he is going to attack you back. No, okay, that's fine. Actually, as well, make a perception check, Fade, now that your turn's over. Actually, perception or insight?
Both would be 18. Something matters.
Okay. He seems to be protecting passage forward to a set of sealed doors that are behind him. Like he's kind of positioned himself. You can kind of see by the way he's doing it.
Okay.
He's like guarding that space. And again, he seems torn, right, with what he said to you, and then what he's doing as he's doing this. So as you notice that as he slams, two of these massive chains come down one after the other, almost like whips towards Fade, and he does what is that roll? Oh, that is a 12 plus 7, 19 to hit.
Shield.
Okay. One chain bounces off. 26 to hit.
That will hit.
Wow.
He means it.
12 points of bludgeoning damage. As a chain, just this big metal rusty chain just kind of cracks across you as you go. And that brings us to Del. You're up, and Carol, you're on deck.
Okay. I'm going to pull up my bow. I'm how far away from him? Because I didn't approach him.
30 feet, 40 feet.
Perfect. I'll pull up my bow and I will attack 3 times because I got extra attack on a dread ambusher. So the first attack, on the first attack, I'm going to use my sharpshooter feature and take a -5 penalty to the attack roll. And if it hits, I'll take add 10 to the attack's damage because I have advantage on it.
Nice.
Of course. Wow, that's with advantage. That's terrible. It probably misses. A 9 to hit, I think, with advantage.
Oh, yeah, that misses.
Okay, so the second attack is without the sharpshooter, because I think I can only use it once. Of course, it's a natural one. Okay, second here to fix the damage. Why did I only roll 1d8? Okay, so 2, 8, so 10 piercing. So far 10 piercing. Wow, 18 piercing. I'm going to mark him as my favorite foe, so we get an extra d4, so 18. So 20 piercing on the first shot.
And then I have
Okay.
a shot. 13 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. So yeah, just 20 piercing.
Okay, excellent. Cowrie, you're up.
So I will do. Oh, sorry. I'll pull crossbow, light crossbow, and try to aim for a dude's head. So let's see.
You're call shotting his head.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's see. 13 to hit.
missed.
Damn.
Thuds into like a piece of old driftwood.
Good work on my aim.
Okay,
And then I'll just,
is that it for your turn?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Top of the round. That's Fade. You're up.
So he swung at me with the chains. Does that from a distance, or did he have to move forward to get to me, or how far away is he from me?
It's about 30
Now.
feet from you.
Now,
Wow.
okay.
Okay. That's not good.
I'm gonna run up 30 feet.
Okay.
Vein step to 30 feet behind him.
Okay. So you're behind him.
Right. I wouldn't necessarily run directly toward him to do the vein step because I think I have to kind of be a bit in a shadow. So I'd probably run 30 feet toward him, but like towards the wall where it's a little shadowy.
Towards the wall. Okay.
Yep. So I'm kind
And
of
then you
get
jump
around
into
one
the
side or
shadow.
the other. Yeah, try to get behind him.
Okay. So you jump in behind you jump into the shadow and you appear about 30 feet
And
behind
then
him.
my bonus action, I would just activate my innate sorcery.
Okay. So that is activated and you're there. So moving forward, it is his turn. You are not clearly visible at this point. You've gone behind him. So he will. Dell, you hit him once. Cowrie, you missed him. So he's going to go for Dell. Actually, you know what? It's going to be one of you. Dell, it's probably going to miss you. It is a 13 misses, I'm assuming.
That's my AC.
Oh, 13? Okay, so he hits you. Okay, that is 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And that is a 22 to hit Cowrie.
Yeah.
That is.
So, Cowrie, you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as well. As the chain slams into each of you, like he's
Not very nice.
Dell, you're up.
Oh, 2 more shots with my bow. Give me a second here. Can I do anything? No.
Don't forget, you guys are getting advantage, right? Because he's glowing.
Yeah,
So
oh
you
yeah,
guys have been rolling.
yeah. I don't really want to do that because I'm not gonna. Although it's a bonus action, so I do get 2 attacks, anyways. You know what? Screw it. Can I get him? This is gonna fail. I know it, but can I get him to make a strength? Hold on. Okay, hold on a second here. Sorry, I apologize. Is it a large or larger creature?
It is classified. It is a large undead.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I'm not gonna try that. That's not gonna work. He'll definitely pass. I was gonna try ensnaring strike, but he needs to make a strength save, and there's no way that he would fail that. So
He's got a +4.
all right, so I'll just try 2. How about another natural 20? Wow.
It hits.
Okay, so 8.
So roll 1 extra damage die on your damage.
Yes, 8 and 16 is 14 piercing on the first shot. And then with advantage on the second shot is a dirty 20. For say 18, 25 piercing. Plus favored foe on both of them. Favored foe. Oh no, I'm sorry. Favored foe on one of those. So 20. What did I say? 25, 28 piercing. Is there Any way that I can? Is there like any big rocks that I could possibly take cover behind?
There's debris and stuff in the water.
Can I
like you're about shin deep in water.
Yeah, that's cool. Can I possibly try to not hide behind a rock, but like in case, like just give myself some cover from the chain?
Give yourself partial cover. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
So you'll get a +2 to your armor class.
Thank God.
Okay, so you've taken partial cover. Cowrie, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get closer. So I'm gonna use movement to be like within 10 feet of him.
Yep.
Just to try to get better chances of hitting. So I'm gonna use crossbow again to try to hit. So we got 18, 19, 20, 21 to hit.
Got hits.
Yeah. Okay. So then, let's see. So that'll be 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so all right.
Where is it? Crossbow. D8 piercing. Okay. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 piercing damage.
He is bloodied.
Okay. And then bonus action.
Your turn?
Same as Del. I'm just trying to get out of his way.
Okay, so you got partial cover, so you got 2 to your armor class. Fade, what are you doing? You're 30 feet behind him.
You know what? I had said that Bane stepped to 30 feet behind him, but I never actually made sure for you that door is that far away from behind him. See?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's 30 feet from the door, stopping us from getting to the door.
Yeah, about 35, 40 feet close to.
So I'm now standing 5 feet away from the door?
Yep.
Can I tell how it opens? Can I see if there's a way I can try to open it?
There is a key slot in the door, a very large one, and it looks like it's fairly decent shape.
Ah, shoot. Probably have to get the key off him. And then we're standing in water, it looks like. Is that right?
Yeah, so you're about shin deep in water.
Shin deep. Okay.
It's difficult terrain. You're not running, that's for sure. You won't be running anywhere in this.
Okay. So and Cowrie and Del are how far away from the dude?
Cowrie's about 10 feet away from him, so she's about 30 or 40 feet from you. Del, you're still about 20 feet back, I believe.
Yeah, I didn't really move.
You were ranging him, so 20, 30 feet back still. So Del's still a ways away on the other side. So Cowrie's close, but you're all within his striking range. You know that.
Yep. And I'm 30 feet from him, but I'm still within striking range. Okay, so I think 5 feet in front of me toward him, I'm going to create a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder with a ice storm spell. That should miss Cowrie.
Yep.
So he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And he
fails.
16
you rolled
a
1.
Oh, okay.
Dex is one of his worst abilities. Not the worst, but it's one of the worst.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2. That's a 12. That is 15. Okay, 15 bludgeoning.
Yep.
And 5, 8, 7, 5, 12. 2, 3, 4. Cold damage. I'm sorry, guys. Now it's a difficult terrain in that 20-foot cylinder around him.
Oh, it already was difficult terrain, so now it's even harder. It's just made it more difficult. Okay. Yeah, he's definitely hurting. He's a hurting unit. That is your action.
1, 2, 3.
So you have now.
That is actually, I will quicken cast that to make that my bonus action, and then I'd follow it up with a.
Okay.
the cantrip.
Okay, cantrip.
And I'm gonna try. Just gonna try it. A mind sliver. That needs an intelligence 16 DC check.
$17.
Yeah, so he made it. I don't think there's half damage on that one. I'm gonna look it up rather than finding it because it's somewhere in my book, but it'll take longer to look that way. Mind sliver. They must succeed or take psychic damage and subtract 1d4 from next saving throw. Yeah, so no, if it didn't hit him.
Damage.
No damage.
Okay. So no
I didn't think
damage.
he'd make that.
However, because you have now identified the fact that you are behind him, closer to the door, he will use his reaction for his ability to hold the line as one of the chains whip back on his one arm and strikes towards you.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit.
I should be able to shield that because I've had a couple turns since then, so my shield should be back. Reaction. Shield.
Okay, so you shield it. And at the same time now, as he turns back, now it's his turn as he centers himself, and you see the lantern that's glowing on him and within him. You see this light kind of pulse outwards and flare, and the veins start to flicker on the walls of the room that you're standing in. You see it glow underneath the water as it fills a radius all around him within a 30-foot radius from where he's standing. You each need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh,
What's it filling with? Light?
What's that?
Filling it with light?
You just know that there's a pulse of this blue light flaring from him and around him. Yeah. And you can feel the hairs. All of you can feel the hairs on your neck standing up as this is happening.
19, okay?
You saved.
Okay.
So you take no damage.
Good.
6.
Okay. You take 18 points of radiant damage.
Damn.
And you're blinded until the end of the next turn.
Hey, fun.
Yeah. I can't see shit. Cowrie, what'd you roll?
12.
Same thing. 18 points of radiant damage, and you're blind until the end of your next turn.
That's okay.
And Cowrie, it's your turn. You're blind. What are you doing? You can't see shit. You were just this radiant blue flash just kind of went in front of your eyes, and you can't see anything.
Sure. I think I'm just going to use my action to hide or just get away
You're
from
just
this.
like you're kind of hidden behind like whatever it was in the water, so you've gone further down. Trying to hide a little bit more. Okay.
Yes.
What about you, Del? Del, you're up.
I'll
I'll
stay hidden.
You're doing the same thing, kind of.
Yeah,
Shit,
I'm going to stay hidden, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 2 on myself.
Yeah, you're kind of hurting unit there. So at the top of the round, Fade, what are you doing? As it's now turning towards you. We were behind it.
A little bit better.
Before he turns all the way towards me, I'm going to try to see if I can run up the back of his leg up and climb up the back of him.
You're going to try to climb him?
Yeah, he can't hit me with the chain if I'm on him.
Okay.
Try to climb him.
Roll me. Shit. First of all, roll me to hit, just a straight to hit roll. You can add your dexterity modifier.
That's a dirty 20.
Roll me a straight to hit plus your dex modifier, an unarmed strike.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you grab a hold of him. Now roll me an athletics check to try and climb him. And you realize as you are climbing him, he is an ogre king. Or he was an ogre king.
I'm sure he probably won't show up on here, but
Oh wow, nice.
that's a net 20.
So you've climbed up his with one side of his leg, and you're kind of on his right shoulder area is where you are. But yeah, you've climbed him and scaled him, and you are realizing that as your fingers are kind of sinking into rotten flesh and bone, and it's foul as you're climbing him, and the rags and the tatters and the chains, and you're using whatever you can to climb up. But this is, and as far as you can tell, this is an undead ogrekin of some kind. Roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
I was kind of the idea. I was trying to get the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still haven't found out where the key is.
Never.
Oh, that's a disadvantage, you said.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that was okay. 15 plus 4. 19. I rolled a 15 and a 19. It's a disadvantage. 15 plus 4.
You do notice an old rusted piece of metal pinned to what probably was a leather tunic at one point. You're pretty certain that is, and you've seen these before. These are pins worn by the wardens of Kelpwood.
Wow.
Interesting.
So that, I mean, you do pick it as you're kind of, you know what I mean? You're just like, yeah, I'm on him, but whatever.
Yep,
you're there, and you notice it on his thing.
Is he turning his head around like the troll in the dungeon in Harry Potter?
He is attempting now to turn on you.
Trying to throw me off yet? I think
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I had to probably use my action to do the combination of run up and climb up him. So that's probably going to be all I can do for my turn.
Yeah, he's
Now I just
going
gotta
to
hang
try
on.
and find you with one chain attack with disadvantage because you're on him. It's
He's
really
going to hit his own back.
He's going to hit himself for certain.
It's probably not very smart.
No, he missed with disadvantage. So yeah, he misses himself.
Okay.
So the chain goes wide.
Whoa!
Shielded until my next turn.
So that brings us to Dell. Your vision starts to clear.
Oh, thank God. Huh? Oh, whoa. Yeah, I feel like getting glasses.
And you see Fade literally clinging on to this thing's shoulder, like hands dug into flesh.
Yeah, do I notice the key-shaped item?
No, there was no key-shaped item.
Yeah, I'll just take 2 shots then.
Even Fade doesn't know where the key is. She knows there is a key.
Don't even know if he got it. Assuming he does.
Yes, he's still lit up with. Actually, is he still lit up with fairy fire? Did you drop concentration?
Sorry, what?
Fade, did you drop concentration?
For what?
Fairy fire.
Oh, I forgot that was concentration.
Yeah,
I believe it is concentration. Anyway.
Well, what would I have dropped it for? Let me look.
I don't think you've cast anything else with concentration.
I don't believe so.
No, but did he hit me after I cast it? Yeah, he did once. I never rolled for.
Yeah, he did once. You do have to make a Constitutional saving throw.
What would I have had to pass him?
You need to roll at least you need a 10.
Oh yeah, it would have been a 15.
All right, you're fine on that one.
Okay, so 24.
Yes, 24. Yes, you did. Definitely hit.
There you go. 24 to hit. So
My storm does not have.
so 6 piercing on the first shot with favorite foe is 7 piercing. First time on your shooting, and then I get extra attack.
Instantaneous.
Oh, good. And natural, Jesus, that's the 3rd natural 20 I've hit.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've been rolling really good too.
But really bad damage. The first one. How much damage?
You guys.
So 14 piercing altogether.
Altogether?
Yeah, it's not great, but
It's okay.
that's what I got. Unfortunately, wasn't fabulous
All right.
at all. I mean, the
Not a problem.
damage wasn't.
Kyrie, you're up, and your vision returns.
Yay. Let's see. I'm already closer to him. but not
Yeah,
that my
he
vision.
looks pretty hurt. He's a hurting unit.
Yes.
Great.
So if I'm closer, I'm going to bust out my twin short swords, so I can try and maybe chop him down a little bit, or at least
Okay, go ahead.
get him prone.
Stab him in the knee.
Go for the knees.
So we agree.
You do see the chains around him start to slacken a little bit, and the lantern that he's got in his chest, this lantern light, flutters a little bit. And you as you're swiping, Kari, you hear him say something, and this is before we determine whether you land the attack. You're in the mid swing, and you hear him finish it. Let the light rest. And then he stops for a second. There's a pause, and then you hear, or make it endure. And then you hit or whatever. So roll. What did you roll to hit?
13.
She's sitting on like 1 hit point.
13 missed on that one.
Damn.
So your second.
And then second. 15.
15 will hit, just barely, as you come back, and that's when you hear him go, or make it endure. And you slice with that. So what's your damage?
12 points piercing.
Okay. You see the lantern light in his chest completely dim and really low flicker, and his eyes, the glow in his eyes stops, and he goes completely still, but stands there. He's no longer moving. And you see this lantern in his chest cage, in his rib cage.
Let's run. Run.
I'll work my way around from his back on his belt to the front and see if I can reach in and grab that lantern.
Okay, yeah, you reach through his rib cage, rip it out. It's essentially it's already undead, but now it is no longer an animated undead. It's literally just stuck there, but still unalived, because there's still a flicker in that lantern. But now that you've ripped it out, the body slumps to the ground.
Damn.
And you see inside the lantern that's glowing this key.
Hey.
I think this is the key.
It is a heavy coral inlaid key, and as you touch it, it's very warm to the touch.
Slide down his leg or slumped body to the floor.
Yeah.
Hoping
Is
I
it
don't
possible to loot
I
his
don't-
body? Or like is that like
collapse into it on the way down.
Okay.
Gross.
Do I need another athletics check?
No, you're good. It's really grotesque and nasty, and you're
You
there.
see Fade stop a moment and you see this little arcs of precipitation all over herself for a sec. She tries to clean
That's
some of the
pretty bad.
gore off.
Off, just viscera and like undead tissue.
is it
Rusty,
possible to
rusty,
loot
rusty,
him or
rusty,
like
rusty, rusty.
Yeah, there's you kind of look at him, and the only thing other than that lantern, like this weird lantern, which had a key in it, you find now that he's fallen, there's these chains which no longer look as animated as they did before.
yeah.
Clearly, it was part of whatever was animating him. But you also find that old metal pin pinned to his vest that looks like you've actually roll me a history check, though.
Fade might say, hey, I saw that pin. I think that's a warden pin.
Natural one.
Yeah, so you have no clue. You're like, oh, okay, it's a brooch of some kind, and then Fade yells out, "Hey, that's a warden's pin."
Oh.
And you know, Delhi, from your experience in Kelpwood, wardens are the guard.
I'll take it for sure. 100%.
Okay.
Maybe return it to.
I'm not gonna keep it, but it's
It's so
absolutely
strange.
something
If the Kelpwood wardens set up this whole setup for the lighthouse, why would they have let it go?
Okay, well,
They're
just
so
as a
good at
recap, remember that
meaning.
from the very beginning, this thing seems conflicted.
Yeah.
That it's doing one thing but saying something else, and even in its words to you, those last words, it's telling you to finish it, and then it tells you to let the light rest, but then, or you can just make it endure, one or the other. It's almost like it doesn't matter. It's on the fence. It's in the middle. So you now have this key. You have this set of sealed doors behind where this thing is now in the water, kind of flesh drifting off in pieces. Really not much left of him. He's there. So you're at the doorway. So what are you guys doing?
I'm going to try to use that key to get in the door.
Sure enough,
I'll let Cowrie stand on my shoulders.
The door opens up. A passage. It opens into a vast spherical chamber of water and light. A massive coral lens hangs suspended at the center, radiating a blue glow so bright it hurts to look at. You see faces pressed against the light from within, watching, pleading, screaming silently as you hear that hum of energy through the actual lens of whatever it is. It's almost like it's like a nightmare or a dream on the verge of waking you up as you're looking at this thing. Cold seawater is filling in to the bottom through fractured stone, rising steadily, and every breath you take, the air, you can taste the salt in the actual air coming in. The lantern itself is failing, and you see these faces inside this blue lighting. You see all those veining coming from the source. This is where it's coming from. That's powering the lantern up above.
Ah.
Those don't look like happy faces.
Well, I'm going to investigate around and try to figure out what's the setup with this. Why is it failing? You know, what's powering it? Any way I can tell.
You roll me. Roll me an Arcana or Religion.
That is Arcana of 13.
Yeah, you can't quite pin it down on you can't really figure it out other than what you see. This is like the lens almost. It was a sealed reliquary that you were in. It's bright blue light within the chamber. Again, there's no dark vision advantages or anything like that here. The floors are smooth, sloping stone floors. The water, there's a thin layer of water right now currently on them, and water is still coming in. It is classified as difficult terrain, so you're not moving quickly on it. You will slip and fall otherwise. And again, there are chains. If you look in the background of that thing that's floating there on the thing, it's kind of half in the ground and half on chains above. Those similar size of chain that thing had around it was using are also holding this thing in. And there are carved ruins and ritual alcoves along the wall. You were trying to look at those, trying to figure out what this was when you rolled the Arcana check. And so far, nothing. What about Dell and Cowrie? What are you two doing as Fade is looking at these etchings?
Can I try to talk to the faces?
Yep, you sure can.
I'll try to talk to them and see if I can figure out how to get this lighthouse working again.
Okay, so you're going to attempt to talk to. What are you saying to them?
We stopped the big boulder thing out in the hall. I've never seen a face in a pool of water before. It's a bit unnerving. How do we get this lighthouse going again? Any help would be appreciated.
The faces do respond to your voice. They're not really answering what you're saying. Really? But they are. You can tell they can hear you. It's like they're acknowledging what you're saying and nodding, but there's no response to your dialogue with them. Cowrie, what are you doing?
I think I would probably try to get up on these like scaffolds to see more, to see if there's anything up there that's like broken or something that we need to adjust.
crawl up on some of the ledges that are there and kind of look around to see.
Just get a better advantage.
You see when you're up there that looks like there's a couple of, again, there's ruins and markings everywhere. As you're up there, though, you can make me an Arcana or Religion check.
Okay. Which one's better? I think the same. It's 11.
An 11. With an 11, you realize that there is an option to reinforce the binding spell that was placed upon this particular area that will hold these spirits in place longer and safely. It will stabilize the lantern. As far as you know, that is one of the options. As you're kind of, you're looking at those. Del, you're the closest to all, because again, you went up to talk to it, and they're looking at you, they're responding to you. Yeah. You realize in this moment there is an option to do something. I need you to make me a religion or a performance check.
Definitely religion. Oh, much better. 21.
21. You're 100% positive that one option is also you can release these spirits completely. You can get rid of the binding right, and release them. And then whatever happens after that. You're not sure, but it is an option. Fade, what are you kind of at this point? What is your option?
I don't know. I couldn't tell from my Arcana knowledge. No, I couldn't tell from my Arcana.
Yeah, you couldn't read the magic, so the Arcana's out. So you can try me. I need a nature, a performance, or an insight. One of those three.
Do I get the sense that if I release these spirits,
I would do an insight.
It would cancel out the lighthouse completely?
With the roll that you made, yeah, you probably would.
Yeah.
The lighthouse would go dark.
Yeah, I don't want that.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16 total for the insight.
Okay, so with the 16 total, you're pretty sure that it would be risky, but there might be a way of transforming the lantern, attempting to remake its purpose in some way, maybe to work with the spirits that are being held within, transform them. You're not sure exactly. Again, it would take some effort. You're pretty sure that is an option. So now that each of you has an option, what are you guys doing?
Well, does Cowrie and Dell exchange information, and Vade would tell them what she thinks?
Yeah. No,
they tell me what they think they learned from looking at it.
There is a way to release the spirits from this pool, but I feel like it will probably turn the lighthouse off, and we didn't want that because then the things will just be able to walk freely. That's not a good option. It doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, do you think that the way the light was set up, it was also keeping all these undead at bay, or do you think that because they're using these spirits, that's why the undead are coming here and the light is fading?
That's what I'm wondering, is if this was like a secondary thing that they were placed here, maybe unwillingly, and now they're held captive.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
By the lighthouse. So if we release them, maybe.
Okay.
But didn't they send us here to make sure the light stayed on? So shouldn't we try to do, the transformation or the... What was it that Cowrie said she found out?
That
you can renew the binding to hold it tight in place, to secure them in place.
Ooh, sorry.
Well,
so you can secure the binding in place and hold the spirits. You can release the spirits, or you can do the very difficult method, Fade, that you figured out, is try and transform the magical energy that's held within, and to see if it makes a difference, which again could be a very risky situation.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, you guys know that all the way through, you were presented with various statements that you heard the whispers that say that they agreed for one thing, but they didn't agree to drown.
True.
You know, so again, you're not sure of how that worked or what the rite entails, but you also, from this thing, this warden that was out in the Ogrekin warden, that you encountered, that he said to you that you can, to finish it one way or the other, that you could set them free, or you could make it endure. So, you know, it seems like there's like a choice. There's the three options that you have. Which option are you choosing?
We do want to set them free. Yeah, the way you were saying that sounds...
I don't know. I think we should maybe go with what Kaori was thinking of reminding them, and then we can take what we found to the elders in case there's somebody with better magic that could come do.
Yeah, sure.
Something where they could still have the light on, yet set them free too.
Yeah, it seems like at one point there was maybe a live warden that was here, you know, in operation, and then somehow that transformed into these spirits and undead wardens that were taking place of what has happened before. 'Cause obviously something's not taking care of it. It's degenerating. So
they've forgotten us. They've forgotten what this was.
Yeah, so I don't
If we
know.
go back and tell them what we found, it will remind them, and perhaps they can fix the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are going to attempt to renew the binding. So I need each of you to make me either an Arcana or a Religion check. So you all have to make the roll.
Oh, Jesus. Not great.
+2.
7 for me, unfortunately.
13 for me.
13?
Hey,
Fade?
back up here. I am checking something. Just a second. Fade. Na, 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 na. Force, affinity, sorcery, resilience. Okay. Yeah. Well, shoot. I was thinking I had something that let me roll again, but not for fade. So, you said, what were we rolling? Which ones again?
Arcana or Religion?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's still only like a 12 for me.
Okay. So you guys are looking at this lens, this massive blue lens, and these faces that are fading in and out in clouded blue light. All of a sudden, the light from within this blue luminescence shudders violently. You all feel just like a wave of exhaustion. You all get stage 1 exhaustion.
Oh, geez.
Oh, yuck.
You have, at this point, you must immediately choose release the spirits, or do you try to transform the lantern? It's an immediate choice. What do you say, Kaori? What are you doing?
Well, releasing the spirits is easier because you said transforming the tower would be difficult and risky.
Didn't even do the other one. Are you sure we're going to be able to transform it?
Yeah. I don't think that 3 of us alone could transform it.
No. So we're releasing them then?
All
All right, let's try it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, roll me performance or a religion check.
Come on,
Each
religion. Don't fail me twice. That's better. 16.
19 for performance.
Yeah, sorry, 19 religion. Mention that.
16 total for fade for performance.
That's better.
Okay. The light fractures, and then it softens and it dims, and the faces look at you, and then they look upward, and they begin one by one dissolving into the blue mist that's within the lens, like distant memories fading away. The lantern exhales and goes dark for the first time. There is no light in this room, so all you have is your dark vision. You get this surge of grief, this sadness that kind of overwhelms all. Like you were already given, like you're exhausted to level 1 exhaustion, but now you're like sad. And you each take 7 points of psychic damage.
Yeah.
You hear Storm going crazy outside. Just the violence of the storm, the water, the waves, as that happens. The water, however, in this chamber that you're in stops rising. You don't find yourself getting more exhausted. You're just tired. And again, the lantern is dark, and it becomes apparent after a few moments of your eyes adjusting to the darkness of this space that it's going to stay that way. It just doesn't seem to be responding to anything. Whatever the lantern has now become, or whatever it was, only the sea will remember, and history as that goes forward. That ends our episode, or our mini adventure number 37. When the lantern dreams of drowning. You guys have put out the light of the driftwood lantern, or drift wake lantern, and again, so what the long-term results are, and this happened a while back. You guys, the three of you, went on this adventure right after Cowrie had come into town. So a couple weeks later now, the sailors are still speaking of the night that the lantern changed and went dark. Some say the sea remembers a kindness of releasing souls, into wherever. Others say it remembers a sacrifice of those that had given it before. So I'm going to give you.
Well, we couldn't sustain it, so it's best to have just released it.
Yeah.
That
Well,
area of the
fixable.
seas is basically no longer traversable. The storms will be permanently in that particular region around that tower until somebody does something about it. But there has been, in those couple of weeks, there's been no undead sightings at all.
Well, that's good.
Even though it's dark, there's been nothing reported about undead, but it's just you have to go around that particular inlet or outlet or peninsula with the lighthouse on it, because it's too dangerous for ship travel.
Yeah,
for sure. You guys, you can each make a choice, and you guys can tell me what you're taking. I just wanted to bring this up because, again, I need. He's missing something somewhere. Yeah, here it is. So I have to transfer this over. All right. I got to figure out your experience points. So you guys can actually choose you can choose two items out of this. You can choose a coastal faction favor or title, and we'll discuss this further on. You can take a spirit blessed charm or a driftwake relic. You can take two of these items. So each of you can take two of them. So
a favor, a relic, or a charm.
A driftwake relic, a spirit blessed charm, or a coastal faction favor or title, which will be given to you down the road. Like what Creek has, he's a root warden. He was given that title. Cassenthor now has the title of marsh warden. You'll be given a title, which sometimes comes with favors.
Okay.
They come with it. So you guys decide what you're taking. I'm just going to figure out the experience here right now. And what level are you, Del?
5.
And Kauri?
4.
And you're 7, right, Fade?
Yes.
Trying to look it up. Da-da-da. Oh, you guys that's pretty decent. 766 experience points each.
Nice.
And we will discuss in the Discord. I'll make sure, or remind me what you have, and I'll make sure you get those items and what you've decided on. Because again, those are personal things as you kind of went through and you found different things as you're coming out. And you have, you also have, Del, you have that pin, which is the old warden pin.
Yeah.
You can kind of role play that down the road, what you decide to do with it, which may or may not be another hook. So with that, I want to thank anybody who did decide to tune in and watch, anybody who's going to watch in the future and tune in and watch our episode. This was actually a pretty smooth moving episode with 3 people. Really impressed with these guys making it through. This was a little bit of a horror based.
Yeah.
You think?
Undeads. Yeah. Jesus.
So hopefully I portrayed it well enough for you guys, to kind of get that story across that this region was already a haunted peninsula. And even though maybe done the wrong way, they definitely used arcane methods of solving that problem. But at the expense of Yeah. Oh, the one thing I will note, when you guys did leave, the body and the remains of that warden that was outside, the Driftwake warden, was no longer there. Neither were the chain. So it's just basically an empty lighthouse at this point in time. And you guys can make note of that on your own characters if you like, that the Driftwake lantern is dark and it's abandoned currently. So it's something you may later on want to come back to. But again, it is in the middle of a very dangerous space. So,
is there a name for that cove? Also,
it's just all they do is they call that entire area, just refer to it as the name of the lighthouse, the Driftwake Lantern.
Yeah, cool.
Which, by the way, if you do follow me on Threads, was one of the areas that I mentioned on Threads as a freebie story hook and original creature, which this was. So so that was all part of the release. So we had fun with it. So thank everybody for watching and tuning in. I really appreciate it. I never did. I better do it really quickly as I'm yapping on here to show this. Please follow the link.bio/DeaconsTable, as well as doing all that, subscribe, follow, all the little bell icon to be reminded of when we do live streams. We are here every Thursday doing Southern Expanse. I am going to be trying to be here more Tuesdays to do more mini adventures coming up. And we do have some one-shots planned for last Saturday of the month. I do have another one coming up now, and those are a little bit longer. The mini adventures are 2 hours. One-shots are more 3 to 4 hours of playtime. So those are the big difference. And with that in mind, guys, until next time, may all your rolls be critical, not just the 20, but also the 1, because a 1, not so much fun for the players. For a DM, it could bring us
me sometimes.
Now and again. So love you guys very much. Sorry for not having my camera on at the moment, but I am kind of got food around me at the moment, so I'd rather not share that with everybody online. So again, thank you again, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.